You know, at the end of the day, who remembers who got second place at the Olympics? It's the Olympic champion,
Yeah.
you know, and so that's the most important thing. And yeah, of course, I'm the champion, and I didn't even have to stress that much in that fight, you know. But of course, the competitor in me knows that it's me versus me. So I need to show myself something. I need to go out there and prove something to myself each and every time. Everyone's working their way up to the mountain. And when they get up to the mountain, they have to speak to me and they have to engage me. I have to be that guy to send them back down. So, you know, yeah, I see him. I think it's tough. I think, you know, he's playing the cards right. He's doing what he needs to do to get to that spot. And it's great. I'm borderline proud of him for that. You know, I'm proud of all these guys for that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just a proud dad looking at the top, looking at all the kids saying, you know, great job, guys. I like what you guys are doing. So, and I'm borderline proud of him for that. All throughout my career and on my journey to where I am now. So, you know, I make this statement to where I say I've been classically trained. And what I mean by that is, you know, I've been fortunate enough to be around some of the legends of the sport. I mean, being around Rashad Evans, you know, actually learning from him and picking up certain tips. Guys like Eddie Alvarez and George Santiago and Jay-Z Cavalcante. You know, I truly believe I was blessed and I was classically trained. And you know, and being able to learn from all of these guys.
And me and Rashad brought me in, and I got a chance to sit up there next to him, and we sat down. He was just chilling, and I sat next to him, and I whispered in his ear, and I asked him, and I said, "Hey, how do you feel now that you're champion? What's the difference?" And he told me, he said, "You know, nothing really. You know, I still feel the same." And at that moment, I said, you know what? I think I can do this. I can do it. I mean, Rashad's been pouring into me the whole time, telling me that I will be able to do this. And, you know, you say it. I said that, you know what? I'm coming for that welterweight strap, but I didn't know exactly how I was going to do it. You know, I'm a math guy. Okay, that's the answer. This is the formula. Now we got to work out the problems in order to be able to get there. And, you know, tonight was my night. You know, I always envisioned that and knew, hearing them saying and Dana wrapping that belt around me and just knowing all the things that I was fighting for, not just for me and my family and not just for the continent of Africa, but for everyone all across the world that come from humble beginnings, that don't know when their next meal is going to come from, don't know if they're going to get clean water the next day. I was doing this for everyone. I was doing this to motivate, to inspire them that, you know, just because they're in the current situation, that's not always going to determine where their life is going to be later on. So, you know, this was for everybody. We didn't have running water. Water we get from wells. And there was a stint where I lived with my grandma. We had to walk miles to get water, bring it over to the house, and you had to boil the water because you never know what parasites were in the water. So you had to boil it just in order to be able to cook, to wash your clothes, to shower, and things like that. And a lot of people are still suffering from waterborne, you know, diseases like malaria is very common there. A lot of people are still suffering from those. And so this is just part of the problem. There's so many things out of the problem, but, you know, we're going to look to work together and create something to where we can make life better for everyone.
I've known for a while inside that I was going to be the champion. It's just now that everyone is starting to see it. You know, now it's solidified with everybody. But I've known for a while. Have I not always looked like the champion? I mean, when I show up at these fights, you know, I do everything that a champion does. I exude everything that it takes to be a champion. I dress like a champion. I walk like a champion. And I talk like a champion. It's just now everybody's starting to see what I've been saying all along. That's just kind of how the way the world works. It's kind of like show and prove. Once you start to do something, you know, incredible, then people kind of start noticing and people want to kind of, you know, big up you or give you props. But, you know, that's all fine and dandy. I think the biggest and my favorite part about it now is the fact that I don't have to go hunting for fights anymore. They have to come to me now. So that's the only thing. That's the main thing that I'm excited about.
guy who I would fly over to Brazil when you're not paying me, you know, just to help you out. I'd do that with anyone that was on that team. I would corner, even if it was a guy that was fighting in a small show, backyard show, and he asked me and I was available, I would absolutely do it. You know, so that's how it always was. I would help him. If anyone asked me, I would help him. I mean, not too long ago, Damian Maia fights, like, hey, will you help me do this? Yeah, absolutely. The Tyron Woodley fight, hey, will you help me? Hey, then absolutely. I would show up and help. That's just who I am. I don't carry any, you know, animosity, like, no, I see this guy as this, or I won't. No, that's not me.